How to Love Jesus More, a message about service. This is George. George is a Christian who loves Jesus and wants to follow him wholeheartedly. But lately, he feels stuck at church. He sees people with an overwhelming love and joy for Jesus, but he doesn't feel that way. He reads his Bible, prays, and shares his faith from time to time, but something feels missing. George wonders, how do I love Jesus more? How can I look back on my day and know I've truly loved him? If you've ever felt like George, I have great news. Loving Jesus isn't about becoming someone you're not, it's about aligning your life with his. And there's a key way to do this that many of us overlook. Beyond personal devotion. When we think about loving Jesus more, we tend to think about personal devotion, praying, reading the Bible. While these are vital, there's something equally important that's often missed. What is this? Well, I'll let Jesus say it. Jesus said in John 14 verse 15, "If you love me, keep my commands." What are those commands? Well, in Mark 12 verses 30 to 31, Jesus lays out the greatest commandments for us. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There's no commandment greater than these. These are the commandments we're called to follow, and Jesus takes it even further in Matthew 25 verse 40. Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Serving others is serving Jesus. You see, when we serve others, we're not just being good people, we're literally loving and serving Jesus. The more you show the love of Christ to others, the more you are loving Jesus. So how can we serve Jesus in our daily lives? Serving doesn't have to mean organizing a mission trip or volunteering at a shelter every week. It can start in your home, your workplace, or your school. Those dishes that your family's been arguing about? Quietly washing them without being asked is serving, it's loving Jesus. Helping the new coworker navigate their job, even though you could spend your lunch break scrolling on your phone? That's loving Jesus. Smiling and being patient with the cashier when you're in a rush. That's serving others and loving Jesus. These small, seemingly menial tasks have eternal significance when done with the right heart. When George asks himself, how have I loved Jesus today? These are the moments he can look back to. Learning the heart of Christ. You see, when you serve others, you're not just doing good deeds, you're learning the heart of Christ. Think about it, Jesus washed his disciples' feet, the job of the lowest servant. Why? Because he wanted to show us what true love and humility look like. He wanted to set an example as the one with all authority to take the position of one with the lowest. And I know this is uncomfortable, but God served us first on the cross in a way that's far greater than we can ever do in return. This is the story of Christianity. This is why we're loving Jesus when we serve. Jesus' service wasn't transactional. He didn't gain anything from us, but he did it out of love. When we serve others, even when it goes unnoticed, we reflect that same love and grace into the world. Paul echoes this in 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14, do everything in love. Serving isn't just about the act itself, it's about the love behind it. The transformation that happens. Here's what's going to happen to you when you serve. First, it changes your heart. As you serve, you begin to see people the way Jesus sees them, with love and compassion. Second, it deepens your relationship with God. Serving aligns your life with God's commands and draws you closer to Him. Lastly, it transforms your perspective. The tasks you once saw as mundane, like doing chores or helping a coworker, become acts of worship. This is the cycle. The more you serve, the more you desire God, and the more you desire God, the more you'll want to serve. Actions speak loudly. You've probably heard the phrase, preach the gospel at all times, and if necessary, use words. While we should absolutely share our faith verbally, our actions often speak louder, especially with people you've already shared your faith with. Your character and servant heart might be the clearest picture of Jesus that they see. As you serve, you invite others into the kingdom of God, a kingdom where the King himself serves. George's transformation. So what about George? He learns that loving Jesus isn't about chasing a feeling or doing something extraordinary, it's about serving others in everyday life. As George starts serving his family, coworkers, and neighbors, he finds his love for Jesus growing deeper and more genuine. And as his heart becomes more and more aligned with our servant King, he's led into greater and greater ways to serve, to love God, and he makes a gospel-infused impact on the people around him. As Luke 16 verse 10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Your next step. So what about you? Who can you serve today? How can you show God's love in small, tangible ways? Remember, Jesus said, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Start here and watch how your heart begins to align with his. This, my friends, is how you love Jesus more.